up, Sauce Gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats are with a banger Skibidi Toilet reaction for you because Isotoilet has officially dropped RIP Titan Cameraman ? Episode 67 Part 2 Skibidi Toilet Analysis. We've already checked out Elite Cameraman, so you already know I had to check out Isotoilet's analysis on the new Skibidi Toilet because it was absolutely amazing, but it was also extremely sad because it looks like Titan Cameraman's dead. I have a feeling Plunger Cameraman's okay though. But before we jump in this, can you show Isotoilet some love by subscribing to his channel? And chat, we are so close to 100,000 subs. I want to hit it before Christmas. So if you enjoy this reaction, please smash that subscribe button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel and join the family. But enough talking. Let's get to reacting and roll that bomb ass intro.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats. Woo-hoo. Oh, what you got, Mr. ISO?
Hey everyone, the new episode of Skibidi
Isotoilet?
Toilets is out, and now I'm going to show you a deep analysis of it.
Oh,
You know,
so deep.
we are very lucky
So
that
deep.
the episode was published because Dafook got copyright strikes recently. You may notice that some
Yeah, I
videos
heard.
on his channel have been deleted. Apparently,
I
he
heard
only
he got
had
the third
2
one, dude.
strikes, because if he had gotten a third
Hopefully-
one,
hopefully
he
we
wouldn't have
can
been
get
able
this
to
all
publish new
solved
videos
and-
for a while. But luckily, episode 67 Part 2 is out now, which means it's time
did
to
get
see
it
all
out
the
at least.
secrets and hidden moments that Dafook has left for you. How did the Skibidi Toilets get TV Man technology? Are Titan Cameraman and Plungerman alive or not? And why is Skibidi Scientist actually a robot and an imposter? Get your tea and snacks ready. I'm going to show you everything you missed in this episode. Let's go. As we remember, at the end of the first part, Skibidi Scientist teleported right in front of the Titans, and video ended.
He did.
After that,
He did.
Titan Speakerman
Whoa.
decided to make the
I'm
first
done.
move and exchange balls with the scientist a little bit. And
Exchange
gosh,
balls?
I couldn't
Who
even
says
realize
that?
how powerful this little cannon on the scientist's head is. Speakerman's shot looks like a
says that?
baby's fart in
Exchange
comparison
balls?
with it. Cameraman attacks Skibidi from the front, but gets blasted right in his chest as well. Notice how Titan Cameraman is more resistant to attacks compared to Speakerman. I think he's some kind of tank, and Speakerman Titan is an assassin or something. That said,
think-
the
I
speaker
think
on the
we will all
scientist's
agree
chest
that
is many times
Titan
stronger
Cameraman
than
is
his cannon.
probably the
Cameraman
most, like,
Titan flies off
armored
and
up.
falls on his butt because of the sound wave. Speakerman attacks Skibidi from the back, and it's the dumbest action in the entire episode. Instead of attacking his head, Titan decides to stab this little gun right here. I don't know, maybe he took offense that this tiny invention did so much damage to him? Because he had a chance to destroy the Skibidi Scientist by attacking his head or his eye? Yes, it's likely Scientist would have survived because he's a robot. But I'll tell you about that a little later.
Oh.
Skibidi Scientist throws Speakerman away
I don't
like a
think
little
he's a
kitten.
full robot. I
And it
don't
seems
even
this
know what
big
they
boy
are,
has a lot of
dude.
weapons in his arsenal.
Because sometimes
This
we
acid
see
cannon
blood.
looks very familiar to me. Remember that Skibidi octopus from episode 44? He was destroyed, but the Skibidi must have taken these tentacles back to base. We also know that acid does a lot of damage to the Titans. It's
Hey,
their
right,
weak
it does.
spot. That's why in new episodes we see a lot of acid weapons at the Skibidi toilets.
But yeah, especially
this
as
time
of
the
late.
cannon fires full-fledged rockets. Apparently Skibidi Mafia boss only had a test version of this. Titan Speakerman loses his second cannon, but he doesn't look badly damaged. Titan's entire body remains
Yeah,
intact.
he looks like he's
cannon
ready to
attachment
kick
is
some
damaged.
A.
Notice that the cannon didn't even ignite like it happened with Titan Cameraman's one in episode 55. And here we see a cool new ability.
Bro,
it turns out
I don't
that
even
Speakerman
know
can also
if
attack
I'm ready
enemies
for
with the energy of
68.
his core.
Or
now, it's not
67
fire
part
like
3, whatever they
Cameraman's.
do.
It's just a beam, but man, it looks even cooler.
I think it'll be a
And
part
this
3,
action
chat.
was very smart because he attacked the acid barrel on the scientist's tentacle. By the way, Cameraman is just sitting there resting at this time. And look at this. A barrel explodes next to the scientist's face, and the acid falls right on him.
Dang right
Speakerman
it does.
attacks his eye with a laser,
Karma's a
but the
B-word.
scientist doesn't give a damn about that. He just fires a laser beam from a second cannon and wounds Speakerman with it. Look at the scientist's face.
And then we never see Speakerman again, by the way. Never see
A
him.
barrel of acid poured on him, and he doesn't care at all. Look what happened to the Mafia boss after that. I think Dafook showed him at the beginning of the episode for a good reason. He gives us hints that the scientist is actually completely robotic. Also, his eye remained 100% intact despite the laser hitting it. Cameraman Titan decides he's rested
Jesus.
enough and saws off the scientist's tentacle with his new arm. But the Skibidi giant immediately responds with a claw and wants to use another acid cannon.
Boom!
This is the third tentacle cannon the scientist has, and I have no idea where he's been hiding it all.
No,
But
we
that's
know where he's been hiding
Plungerman
it.
shows up and
He's
stops
been
his dirty
keystering them.
plans. As we remember in episode 66,
Keysters 'em.
he just flew away when all the agents were teleported to the TV Man base. And apparently he didn't search for them and came to the rescue of his old buddy. At this moment, you can see that the cannon is not attached to the tentacle at all.
Come on.
Maybe he only has
Plunger
two
Cameraman,
tentacles,
you're gonna be
but a
okay,
lot
bro.
of different cannons behind his back or something. Plungerman hits the speaker on the scientist's chest, but he can't get it off. And then the scientist shows him how powerful that speaker is. I think if Plungerman had been a little smarter, he would have just turned around and attacked from behind or from the side. But we know how much he likes to rush into battle and not back down, and that's why he was badly wounded this time. That device in the scientist's eye turned out to be a laser cannon. I really thought it was just a scanner, but I was wrong. And this is another episode with a major battle where Plungerman was destroyed because of his goofiness. I mean, badly wounded, I'm sure he'll be repaired again. Why not?
I
This
think
time
we
at least
all
he saved
think
the
he's gonna be
cameraman
okay.
Titan from an acid projectile and did some benefit to the battle. Titan immediately comes at the scientist and attacks him with a circular saw right in the face.
Right
and oh
to
my
the
god,
face!
there's nothing except fire and explosions. You still think he's not a goddamn robot? And then this is exactly what
Tell
I've been
him,
waiting
Iso!
for. G-Man is back. And now he's upgraded as hell, just look at that. He still has
Dude,
the same
he's-
4 powerful lasers he had at the end of episode
He's-
57.
oh, he's
2
upgraded.
lasers near his eyes, 2 super powerful lasers, and 1 core. First of all,
The
those
core!
lasers on his head look just like the eye lasers on G-Man Imposter. I think it's the same laser eye technology, but now Skibidi stopped hiding it inside because everyone knows G-Man could be a robot. I can't exactly remember if I've seen lasers like this before, but it looks like these are the most powerful laser cannons in the series. Just look
Definitely
at the
bigger.
damage
They
G-Man
look
did to Titan
upgraded.
in episode 57 with 6 lasers, and compare that to the new ones. He actually made Cameraman go down immediately after
I mean,
the
they're
blast.
massive
He also
upgrade.
got extra jetpack turbines on the sides to boost his
Hey,
flight.
super fast.
The new
like
sunglasses
Jimmy
now
John's,
look
freaking
really
fast.
stylish.
Freaking
I'm
fast.
glad G-Man didn't wear the
Ah.
same goofy glasses like in episode 57. By the
Those are
way, check
so
out his face.
stupid.
I think it's the same G-Man or a clone of G-Man from episode 47
Not a
and
clone, it's the
57. I
real
think it's a
G-Man.
clone.
Stop it.
And the real G-Man we saw in episodes 33
playing
and
ISO.
35 last time, if you ask me. But that could be a mistake, who knows? At least this G-Man's face looked pretty
This
bad
could all
too,
be fake. It
but
could
he
just be a
turned out to
dream.
a fake. But the most interesting
It could be
thing
DeFuke's
is,
dream.
where
Special-
did he get that core?
Could this all be a dream? DeFuke, secret agent, he's just dreaming it, and that's why we see him every now and then? Oh, it's the dream theory!
From. If you remember, Titan TV Man had the exact same core, but how in the world would Skibidi toilets have it? G-Man's core fires a laser, and we've never seen that with Titan TV Man. But we'll discuss all the possibilities about it a little later. The scientist sticks out some kind of robotic tongue and rips off Titan's
Yeah, that was
camera
crazy,
protection.
dude.
By the way, he's had this defense since the very first episode, but I didn't pay much attention to it. Probably it was made so he could fight next to Cinema Man and not get damage from his radiation. Notice that the scientist
that.
didn't throw the protection away, he swallowed it. It's not surprising since he's completely robotic. Look
And
at his
then,
eye
dude, yeah,
scanner,
the
I mean
Skibidi
eye
TV.
laser cannon. It doesn't look like there's any life inside of him at all. I think he's got some kind of container or something inside of him. Notice how much the Skibidi scientist looks like a parasite, just huge in size. He has mechanical legs, as well as a tongue that looks like a parasite connector. But the most epic moment happens right here, when the scientist unhooks the giant speaker
Yeah, we see
and
the
there's a
big
giant TV
TV.
underneath. Notice that Plungerman crashed into this speaker. Cameraman tried to break it with a circular saw, but only the scientist was able to unhook it. Look at these explosions around the edges. It definitely has nothing to do with previous attempts to break it. And this TV has Skibidi written on the bottom. The TV
it's a
Man
new brand
Titan didn't
TV.
have that writing. I just
Skibidi
don't have any
TV.
ideas where Skibidi would get TV Man technology from. Okay, let's think about this because it's important.
Well, I mean, G-Man's
We're all
got
waiting for the return
core,
of Titan
so
TV
it's
Man,
the same thing.
but we don't know which side he'll fight on. First off, Skibidi scientists could
TV
take
Man's
any
not
big
infected.
TV and hang it on his chest. But where did they get that THX sound? We see that it's not just sound and light, it's the hypnosis ability. The scientist hypnotizes Titan Cameraman and forces him to cut off the camera. Oh my god! We see the saw go deeper and deeper, and that's where the episode ends. We can't say for
That's
sure
a
if Cameraman
cliffhanger,
Titan
chat.
will stay alive or not. but we have different options for a continuation. I think if Dafuk wanted to make a tragic moment, he would have shown us the ending of it all. There is a very likely chance that at the beginning of the third part of episode 67, someone will save Titan. It could be Speakerman, who is resting somewhere nearby, or perhaps Cinema Man, who will return. I can even speculate that Simp Cameraman with huge improvements might appear in the new part. That would be really insane.
He needs to start that evil
and
arc.
yes, I'm sure there will be a third part of episode 67. Dafuk has never ended his episodes with unfinished action and plot. I think the 67th one won't be an exception. If in the leaked picture we saw Cinema Man nearby, it would be strange that he is flying from a completely different direction and from far away.
I don't think that was him in the sky.
If you look closely, you can see something round, like Skibidi Circular saw from episode 48. You can also see something like a cameraman's camera there and some kind of white blur.
I think it's just a cloud.
Maybe it's the return of the Simp Cameraman, but more likely it's a mech cameraman attached to a circular saw or something. The weird thing is that Titan is standing around watching the battle and not helping the Alliance to win. I think that if TV Men and Cinema Man are traitors, then most likely the leak was true and Titan is watching the battle from behind a mountain.
I mean, I don't think that's anything. That's just a tree. I really think that's just a tree, man. You can see the texture.
But if that's not the case, then it's possible that it was just a fake, and the real Cinema Man will arrive or teleport later. So first, let's go back to Skibidi Scientist, and I'll show you all the weirdness I've noticed. At the end of episode 65, we saw the scientist at the airport, and he looked a little different. I already talked about this thing behind a cistern and the normal eye color. But what about this armor? Notice that he had 2 armor plates on each arm. He hadn't been in any battles before the fight with the Titans, so he couldn't have lost that. But here we see that the scientist has only 1 piece of armor on each arm. He also didn't have armor on his back legs, but in the new episode it appears. There's a chance he just unhooked the armor from one place and attached it to the other, but that doesn't make sense. I don't think we gotta really look into that. And this is the moment where we can see some weird glowing stuff right inside his toilet. That said, he also had no armor on his arms in episode 60.
You ain't got no
legs,
Lieutenant Dan!
I have no idea why he put on extra armor in episode 65 and then took it off. I could assume that Dafuk just changed the scientist model, but why in the world would he need to do that? I think there are at least 2 huge Skibidi scientists, and I can't know for sure if they're robots or living Skibidi.
There could be. I don't think there is, but yes, there could be. This guy actually looks like a robot. His face is too sturdy for a living character. I think the scientists made him a skin-like super strong material, so he didn't take damage from the acid or lasers and Titan's circular saw. Freaking laser
By the way,
beams.
Cameraman Titan only used that arm to attack in this episode because all his other weapons were destroyed. I also began to doubt that this scientist from episode 30 is real. How come he had a parasite inside his mouth? That's really weird. I think the real Skibidi scientist was only in episode 21. Everything we've seen after that is just his different inventions. Yeah, they have the face of the scientist, but maybe this guy's just really narcissistic. I think this one was a robot engineer.
Again,
he has mechanical arms
and a
holding reservoir inside.
I just think
and
Titan
these are obviously
scientist has
huge
been getting
robots.
upgrades.
Most likely this scientist will be destroyed by the end of episode 67, and you'll see that it's fake too. But what about TV Men? I can understand how the TV appeared on the scientist's chest. He could have just found it, and so on. But how could he possess hypnosis? I don't remember a single TV man being captured by Skibidi toilets. And even if he was captured, he could teleport away.
But again, I mean,
that
you
said,
gotta.
the scientist
They've been
has the
having
ability to
this,
teleport and
the
hypnotize
technology,
like TV
the
men.
speaker chest.
But how? And the
G-Man's got the core now, which he's probably about to talk about right
G-Man
here.
toilet has a core that looks exactly like TV Man Titan had. I have one guess. Titan would have been captured after episode 47. Maybe he spent too much energy on G-Man and couldn't teleport far. The infected Speakerman Titan then flew after him. What if he caught up with him? Then there's a logical question. If the Skibidi captured Cinema Man, who did we see at the TV Man base? If TV Men are not traitors and Cinema Man was captured and dismantled into parts by the Skibidi toilets, then the TV guys could make a new Titan for them. There is another option. The Skibidi didn't destroy TV Man and just took away all his weapons and armor, but that doesn't sound logical. Remember how they wanted to infect him before he teleported? If they caught Cinema Man somewhere, it's very likely they would have infected him with the parasite.
I don't think that would have happened off camera, though. I don't think that would have happened off camera.
Another theory makes sense. The TV men have always been on the Skibidi toilet side, which means they had all the technology from the beginning. It's even possible that we've seen a Skibidi scientist at the TV man base. He has a glowing screen and can also talk instead of just saying Skibidi. but that's very unlikely.
Skibidi bop.
I think we will see Cinema Man at the end of this episode, or how long do we have to wait for it?
I think we're
Most
getting him
likely,
real
Cinema
soon.
Man's
Real
appearance
soon.
will show us the most important thing. Are the TV men friends or enemies? I'm
They're
also
friends.
waiting for some action from Secret Agent Dafuk in this battle. It would also create a lot of hype. Also, maybe we will see a new character from the Alliance side. Maybe it will be a female Titan or a brand new creature, I don't know. But I'm sure the
Female
appearance
Titan,
of
that'd be
Simp
cool.
Cameraman as a huge self-made Titan will blow our minds as well as it will blow the TV woman's heart, I hope. Be sure to subscribe to the channel
Let's
so you don't miss it.
go.
And that was me, Isotoilet. See ya!
Out. Peace out, Isotoilet. All right, let me bring you in, chat. So, yeah, I don't really agree with a lot of that. I don't think... I know Isotoilet's been saying for a while now that he doesn't fully trust the TV race. I do. I think they're fully part of the Alliance. It does bring up a great question, though. Why are all the Titans getting all of Titan Cameraman or Cinema Man's tech? That I don't know. I don't think he got trapped. I don't know. I just think Scientist is good at copying their tech, you know? I also don't think there's clones of Scientist Skibidi. I could be wrong, though. Again, these are all just theories, but yeah, a lot happened on this episode, man. ISO did a great job of breaking it down. Now, the unfortunate news is, you know, Dafuk was striked the third time. So who knows when we're gonna get either 67 part 3 or 68, whatever we're gonna call it. But I just know it's an amazing episode. Isotoilet, great job, chat. Make sure you show them some love by subscribing to their channel. Let me know in the comments what you guys think and what's happening next. And again, if you've not yet subscribed, join the Sauce Game family by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and remember, it's eat, sleep, and make beats, and as usual, be kind of one another. That's all I got. Boom, I'm out. Got my love for the Sauce Gang. Peace out, champ.